On air and online at 102.1 FM, KJFMradio.com, the KJFM Radio app, and Alexa. We're KJFM Louisiana. Eagle 102, with studios in Bowling Green, Louisiana, and Pittsfield.
Area high school baseball is on the air. Every week, Eagle 102 brings you the best of area high school sports. On air at 102.1, online at KJFMradio.com, and on the KJFM Radio app. Now to the diamond for high school baseball on your area sports leader, KJFM Radio.
Good afternoon and welcome to Pittsfield High School. Little Monday afternoon baseball on Eagle 102 Sports. Mark Fronick, Stayson Martin here at Pittsfield, and we've got the 10-2 Pittsfield Saukees taking on the 4-5 Payson Seymour Indians. Both of these teams, Stayson, riding a 2-game winning streak, and we'll talk about that when we start the pregame show for you next on Eagle 102 Sports.
Snack sticks and all beef hot dogs. Open every day, 9 to 7. Ackles Farm Market, just off Highway 54 between Louisiana and Pittsfield.
I'm Tylee Mills, the CEO of Pike County Memorial Hospital. You've heard it from your friends, family, and even neighbors. They choose Pike County Memorial Hospital. Quality care from quality people. Pike County Memorial Hospital.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by A Taste of Philly, State Farm Insurance Agent Cindy Blaylock, Central State Bank of Illinois, and Eolia Landscape Supply.
It's time now for the Eagle 102 Sports pregame show on KJFM Radio.
And welcome back to Pittsfield, getting ready for Saukee baseball against Payson Seymour this afternoon. And Stayson, a 10-2 Pittsfield team, riding a 2-game winning streak. They lost a heartbreaker in extras to Calhoun last week, 6-5, but rebounded well with a 10-3 win over Beardstown the very next night. And then over the weekend beat Camp Point Central 10-2 for their 2-game winning streak. And for the Indians, they're also riding a 2-game winning streak. They had lost 2 in a row to Rockridge and Illini West, came back with a 12-4 win on the 8th, and then over the weekend beat Carrollton 10-6. So they're starting to swing the bats well here as we are about a month into this season.
Yeah, if you're Pittsfield, you can't be too upset losing that game to Calhoun just for the fact that Calhoun's a very strong ball club, and they haven't lost yet. It's a very good program down there, and it's still early in the year. People still trying to find their footing. I know we're about 12, 13 games in, but I'm expecting to see Pittsfield coming out here doing what they got to do, and they got to give all the respect they can to Payson. They're coming off a nice, like you mentioned, a 2-game winning streak and a little chilly day. And
yeah, the wind definitely blowing in here at Pittsfield. I think that American flag down in the right field corner is stretching about halfway to first base. That's a big flag on that pole.
Well, the good news in right field on the right-hand corner, it's only about 190.
Yeah. It's very Fenway-esque, that pesky pole down there.
Yeah, like I said, Fenway's never been here before. I mean, at home plate, they literally take a straight line, and they head more like northeast with it. I guess northwest with it. And they don't really make a straight line. So left field is probably 3-something, but right field is, like I said, it's probably 210.
Exactly. Some odd ground rules and dimensions here at Pittsfield. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about these two teams when we check our keys to the game for you next on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Community State Bank of Missouri, Shelter Insurance Agent Ashley Jenkins, and Barnes Roots and Herbs.
The Eagle 102 Sports keys to the game are right around the corner. Brought to you by Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate.
It's a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. Call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats is your first stop when stocking your freezer. Brown's has frozen chicken, steaks, brats, and burgers ready to go. For wholesale and custom butchering, Brown's is your first call. It's where quality meets service. Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats. For your meat processing, smokehouse meats, and homemade sausage. Just off Highway 61 in Silex.
Mike Ingram Plumbing Sales and Service specializes in all things plumbing, from repairs and professional installations to detailed camera inspections and new home construction. Their expert team has you covered. Experience quality plumbing done right. Call Mike Ingram Plumbing Sales and Service today at 573-719-9474.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Noah Builders, Pike County Mutual Insurance Agents Corey Buchanan and Shelley Clucky, Eagles Nest End, and People's Savings Bank.
Time now for the Eagle 102 Sports Keys to the Game on KJFM. Sponsored by Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate in Louisiana.
And our keys to the game for Pittsfield and Payson Seymour as the officials come out to home plate to exchange the lineup cards. That means we're about 8 minutes away from the first pitch of this ball game. But I think both these teams coming in on 2-game winning streaks. It's going to be the first team that flinches in this one. I saw, during the warm-ups, Payson or Seymour was having a little trouble with that lip on the infield grass. It is a grass infield with the baselines dirt, so that takes a little getting used to if that's not something that you play on day in and day out.
Yeah, whenever I was playing back in the day, this was the only place that we played that had a grass infield, and I learned pretty quickly playing first base that you actually want to play on the edge of the grass and make sure you field everything you can before it catches that lip, because it catches that lip, you have no idea what it's going to do. Like we were always told growing up, play the ball and don't let the ball play you. So I'm interested to see how these Payson kids are going to, like you mentioned, respond to this infield. And it's thick.
It is thick, and the dandelions popping up a little bit. That can create a funny hop too when you hit those weeds instead of a nice plain blade of grass. So it could be tricky if you're not used to it, and that's what Seymour faces here in this ball game, and a pretty good pitching matchup between Isaiah Brass and
Bobby Harris.
Yeah. Bobby comes out with 3 pitches: fastball, curveball, and changeup. So your kind of standard high school pitch variety, and of course going to try and locate that fastball for the strikeout in this one. Those are our keys to the game. We'll have starting lineups for you next on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by McMailer & Sons Backhoe and Excavating, Central State Bank of Illinois, and Lynn's Heritage House.
The Eagle 102 Sports starting lineups are coming up. Brought to you by Community State Banks of Missouri.
Community State Bank of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy, where the #1 priority is the customer and adding new services to help simplify your life and building a strong, high-performance financial services organization. Community State Bank in Bowling Green and Troy, your community bank since 1887, member FDIC.
To measure the true value of a compact tractor, break out all the jobs it can do. You'll have a long list with a New Holland Workmaster Series 25, 35, or 40 compact tractor from Bowling Green Tractor on Business 61 in Bowling Green. Put your money on an economical Workmaster compact and enjoy the power of a 3-cylinder engine, the simplicity of a hydrostatic or gear transmission, and a roomy deck. If you value performance and economy, see Bowling Green Tractor on Business 61 in Bowling Green today about a Workmaster 25, 35, or 40 compact tractor.
Greatness doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, focus, and dedication. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that because we put in the hard work and dedication for decades. And that commitment is paid off with award-winning customer service for your auto, home, and life insurance.
Ask me, Ashley Jenkins, about Shelter's auto, home, and life options.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Cellular and Satellite, Pike County Memorial Hospital, and Shelter Insurance Agent Ashley Jenkins.
The Eagle 102 Sports starting lineups on KJFM are sponsored by Community State Banks of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy.
Now the leadoff man stepping in for Payson Seymour. That's Lane Barker. In the 2 spot is number 11, Hunter Miller, the catcher. Then the DH in the 3-spot, Connor Howell. Batting cleanup is the shortstop, number 4, Blake Schwartz. Batting fifth, the center fielder, number 16, Nolan Sparks. Then the right fielder, number 26, Mason Hayden. The 7th spot belongs to the second baseman, number 25, Dalton Phillips, as the first pitch rides outside for ball 1. And we are underway here at Pittsfield. So, quick start to this ball game, and a 1-0 count, and that one misses as well. 2 balls, no strikes to Barker, who's hitting .375 on the season. 8th spot is Brody Deeker, the left fielder, and then batting 9th is the third baseman, Nick Boone. Pitching will be number 30, Isaiah Brass. Count goes to 3-0. And outside, it's a 4-pitch walk to start the ball game, so Barker is aboard. And that's not something you want to do, is walk the leadoff man on 4 pitches.
No, I'm wondering, since it's kind of a little chilly today, are we going to see some small ball or a lot of stealing, sacrifice, and bunt?
So the left-hander walks on 4 pitches. That'll bring in Hunter Miller, who's hitting .375 as well for the Indians. This one is laced into left and down for a hit, so the first 2 are aboard here for Payson Seymour. A walk and a hit. That one just over the infield, dropped in front of Frazier, who got it in quickly to hold the runner at second, and that'll bring in Connor Howell. Howell hitting .304. He's the designated hitter. Where's number 10? Bats from the right-hand side. Harris's pitch is grounded foul past first for strike 1.
Yeah, I thought Miller did a good job of, taking that inside pitch off his hands. I know it probably stung a little bit, but just kind of went with it. And nice little bloop single over the third baseman and did his job and keeping the runners going.
Harris gets ahead for the first time. This one grounded foul past first as well, 0-2. So now you go with something off speed, try and get him out in front. He's been behind on the first 2, so he's going to be amped up here on 0-2. First and second, nobody out. The pitch from Bobby Harris. On its way, and just fouled at the plate. 0-2, he went down in the zone with the fastball there.
I like to think you might possibly throw a curveball here, but you might be too worried about getting into the dirt and advancing the runners here, so that probably takes 1 pitch away.
Another 0-2 on the corner for strike 3. Got him looking, and that's the first out. That's a big out for Harris and the Saukees. That'll bring in Blake Schwartz. Cleanup hitter, shortstop. Interesting combo. Inside, that pitch rides for ball 1. Got the windbreaker on at first base. The 1-0 in the dirt, 2 balls and no strikes.
A lot of cat and mouse being played here between the 2, especially you got to be wary of the 4-hitter Schwartz, as he's a good hitter. You don't want to give him anything, but yet you kind of want to make him chase if possible.
There's a strike. Snap throw to first, and he almost got him.
Oh, no, they called him out.
Did they?
They called him out. They got him. I was agreeing with you. I thought he got under the tag, but the base umpire was quickly to give him a punch out, so that's giving them their second out.
Yeah, and a 2-1 count. Changes the whole complexion of the inning, and, yeah, you got that hand in first. This one off the side netting. Saves track practice.
Which is a nice addition.
Yeah.
Now, if you hit it to the left field foul territory, you better watch out because there is no netting on that side.
Yeah, there's also no one practicing the javelin or anything over there. The 2-2 pitch, and time called and granted to Schwartz.
Yeah, that time Harris kind of took a little bit longer, changing up the routine a little bit, and Schwartz wanted no part of that.
Runner at second, 2 outs. And this one is grounded to the shortstop. Up with it is Gratton. Throw across, and pitching out of the jam is Bobby Harris. And down go the Indians in the first inning. They got 2 aboard with a walk and a single, had a runner picked off, a strikeout and a ground out, and we have played a half inning. Pittsfield coming up, no score on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, State Farm agents Rod Prentice and Brenda Crawford, and Bolin Chevrolet.
One Multi-Sports Complex in Bowling Green is your year-round indoor facility to get your softball and baseball work in. Call Courtney at 573-324-2193 or Matthew at 573-324-8282 to schedule an appointment and to inquire about memberships. One Multi-Sports Complex just off VFW Road in Bowling Green.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Ackles Farm Market, and Community State Bank of Missouri.
The lineup for the Pittsfield Saukees ahead of the bottom of the first inning. They'll lead it off with the catcher, Luke Sachs. Then the center fielder, number 1, Lane Foster. Batting third is the first baseman, Tim Hall. Cleanup spot belongs to shortstop, Hayden Gratton. Then the right fielder, number 22, Clayton Reinhardt. Batting sixth is the third baseman, number 23, Draven Peterbaugh. Then the second baseman, Caden Ferguson. Left fielder bats eighth. That's number 9, Carter Frazier. And the pitcher bats ninth, number 18, Bobby Harris. And we watch Isaiah Brass warm up.
The big old lefty, tall, lanky.
He moves around like a lefty. A lot of facial motion. I can talk about lefties because I am one. We are not right. Well, he does have a lot of additional movement.
His windup is a little bit different. Whenever he's pitching, you can almost see the back of his jersey before he even releases it. So he really has a really long release and takes a little bit extra longer to get there.
Set the defense. It's Brody Deeker in left, Nolan Sparks in center, Mason Hayden is in right. Nick Boone's the third baseman. Blake Schwartz is the shortstop. Dalton Phillips at second base. Lean Barker over at first. Hunter Miller behind the plate. And we talked about Brass, and his first pitch almost hits Luke Sachs.
And you get the teammates yelling, you got to wear that as that almost hit him, but it's easier said when you're in the dugout versus in the box.
And that one misses as well. 2 balls and no strikes. Sachs a .485 hitter.
Quite impressive.
Next to him, almost hit him again. 3-0. Sending a message maybe is Brass to the .485 hitter at the top of the order. There's a get-over fastball, 3-1.
Well, every time those pitches came inside, Sachs just got a little bit closer to the plate, just kind of showing him, hey, I'm not going nowhere, and bring it to me.
The 3-1 up high, and both pitchers issue a leadoff walk. Pittsfield was able to pitch around it. Now Foster digs in, hitting .394. Brass has his sign, and the lefty, looking at the runner, delivers. Showed bunt, pulled back, took a ball.
You know, they're trying to prove me right with this small ball tactic, especially with that wind blowing in. And I don't want to say it. They're going to prove me wrong, but I don't see a poke happening today.
The 1-0 pitch, instead of checking the runner at first, back in without a slide is Sachs. Brass looks in. Runner goes. Pitch in the dirt. Blocked up the third base line by Miller. And it's a stolen base for Sachs and a 2-0 count to Foster. Saukees trying to get ahead here in the first. The 2-0 pitch on its way. Swung on and missed. 2 balls and a strike.
Yeah, just a little ahead of that one. He was really saw that pitch and really wanted it. Just kind of a little antsy.
Hole on deck. Brass has his sign. And the next is hit in the air, foul territory and out of play. Over the shed and off the top of the batting cage.
Yep.
2-2. Runner at second.
I would expect curveball or something down in the dirt and just hope that your catcher can block it.
The 2-2 pitch. Hit him.
Never mind.
Went up and in, and not flinching was Foster, and he'll take first base. So runners at first and second for both teams. Got there a little different. Seymour had a walk and a single. Pittsfield a walk and a hit by pitch. This one hit in the air mile high on the infield. Coming in on it is the third baseman and the shortstop. And making the catch, backpedaling, is Boone at third.
That's the thing. That ball was hit so high that you were constantly moving your feet, and he almost overran that one just a little bit and still brought in the catch. And that's going to be the first out.
Was the infield fly in effect there? I didn't hear anyone call it.
They didn't call it.
So still runners at first and second. Now one out. Runners are going, and no throw. Double steal.
Yeah, the catcher just tried to throw that before he had the ball and kind of lost it. And Saukees had the opportunity to get 2 stolen bases, and they succeeded.
Pitch was a ball. Brass in trouble now here in the first. That one just up out of the zone.
That was close.
2-0. Aiden Granton, the cleanup hitter, has a chance to put Pittsfield ahead in the first inning. Fouls that one off.
And that one's not going to get stopped by the net. They may be watching out for that javelin team you mentioned earlier.
2 balls and a strike.
Or what's that sport when you got that ball on the end and you're spinning around and you toss it? It's like the rope thing.
The hammer toss.
Yeah, there you go.
This one popped up, foul territory. Third baseman taking a look and making the catch is Boone in foul territory for the second out. So a couple of flyouts to the third baseman. And now Seymour out away from getting out of this jam. So that one high and wide. 2-0.
Bring everyone back. Do it again.
Something tells me that Clayton would rather drive a ball down the first base line than slice one down the third base line anyway.
And that's the truth.
The next, fouled off. Who's that one getting? That got the license plate of the bus up there. 2-2. That was an interesting sound.
Yeah. Look, don't.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Brass wants to get out of this jam. Second and third. And the pitch just off the corner. That was very similar placement to the one that rung up an Indian batter in the first inning, just to the lefty this time. Count full.
That was a good miss.
Sliced foul again. Oh, that hit the trees, or would have got the porta potty up there.
Well, as long as it's not 200 feet behind us, dead center, I don't care where it goes.
Another 3-2 pitch on its way. Outside, and he walked him. Bases loaded with 2 down.
That was a good at-bat by Reinhardt. He really battled back. He's behind the count and worked off a few pitches, got the walk, bases loaded for Peter Ball.
And I don't think Brass really minds that too much, because now you got 2 outs, a force at any base.
Yeah, just take what they give you. Get out of this inning.
There's a ball. Ooh, called a strike. Low strike. 0-1. Draven, the third baseman, wears number 23. Brass, the 0-1 pitch. This one grounded to the third baseman. He's going to step on the bag and end the threat.
And he got all 3 outs.
Yeah, the Saukees leave the bases loaded in the bottom of the first. No score after 1 between the Saukees and the Seymour Indians on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, Ackles Farm Market, Noah Builders, and Mike Ingram Plumbing Sales and Service.
State Farm in Pittsfield understands that life can be tough. The State Farm staff is there to help you make smart decisions when it comes to all your insurance needs. Call or stop by the office Monday through Friday between 9 to 5 to talk to an agent. State Farm in Pittsfield is located at 311 Half West Washington Street in Pittsfield, serving Pike County, Illinois, and the surrounding areas.
Pepsi-Cola Bottling Company is a proud sponsor of the local schools and their athletes. When it's time to quench that thirst, reach for one of the many Pepsi products, including Pepsi, Mountain Dew, Sundrop, or the all-new Starry Lemon Lime. Pepsi-Cola Bottling Company in New Haven and Bowling Green wishes all the area athletes a great season.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Bowling Green Tractor, State Farm agents Rod Prentice and Brenda Crawford, Vicki Cadwallader Real Estate, and Pepsi.
It's going to be the 5, 6, 7 hitters for Payson Seymour here in the top of the second inning. Set the defense for Pittsfield. Carter Frazier is in left, Lane Foster in center, Clayton Reinhardt is in right. Draven Peterball is at third base, Hayden Granton at short, Caden Ferguson at second base, Tim Hull over at first, Luke Sachs behind the plate, and Harris starts his second inning of work with the ball. Sparks puts it in the air out of play behind home plate. Evens count at 1-1. Blocked nicely at the plate by Sachs, 2-1.
See, we got a house. There's a couple of houses in the outfield, but there's a house back there with people sitting on the porch watching the game. So that's nice ability.
Yeah, this one is hit into left. Moving on it is Frazier, and it's going to get down. Cut off before it gets to the wall. Throw in is not in time at second base. It's a leadoff double for Sparks. Second hit today for the Indians. And that'll bring in Hayden. Mason, the right fielder, wears number 26. They've come out very aggressive against Bobby Harris.
Well, that's all you can ask the team to do is just find your pitch early and try to execute on it. And
on the corner for strike one.
Probably been the main reason they won their last 2 games that we talked about in the pregame, keys to the game.
Yeah, they haven't come in intimidated by the Saukees by any means. This one bunted and foul. Runner will have to go back to second. Good job by Tim Hull there to let it go foul. He could have picked it up, tagged the runner.
Yeah, a lot of players would have done that and thought about getting the out, but then you remember that base runner had been on third immediately with 1 out.
0-2. Got him. Fastball. And Hayden swings through it. Second strikeout for Bobby Harris. First one looking, this one swinging. And that'll bring in Phillips. Dalton. The second baseman wears number 25. Takes a pitch on the corner for strike one. Seventh man in this order. Harris has his sign, looks back at that runner. And this one popped up. Short right field, under it is Reinhardt. He makes the catch, runner will stay at second base. As Clayton looked like he was poised to gun him at third.
Yeah, he was ready, and the runner was like, I don't want no part of that. So that's good execution by both teams there, realizing what the situation was for Payson, and Pittsfield getting prepared just in case he took off running.
2 outs now and a runner at second. This one chopped foul past third. Good backhanded play by Draven over there at third base, but I don't think he would have been able to turn and fire that one.
Did that sound like a wooden bat to you when he hit that?
It did, it is. I don't know. It
color,
looks composite.
The color is what's throwing me off here.
Swing and a miss, 0-2. Brady Deeker Grounds one to third, a little three-quarter swing. Peterbaugh throw across in time, 5-3 on the putout. And Seymour leaves a runner in scoring position. We go to the bottom of the second. Still no score. Pittsfield coming up on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Community State Bank of Missouri, Shelter Insurance Agent Ashley Jenkins, and Barnes Roots and Herbs.
Community State Bank of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy, where the #1 priority is the customer and adding new services to help simplify your life and building a strong, high-performance financial services organization. Community State Bank in Bowling Green and Troy, your community bank since 1887, member FDIC.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by One Multi-Sports Complex, Gambino's Eatery, and Hannibal Regional Medical Group.
It'll be 7-8-9 for Pittsfield here in the bottom of the second inning. No score. Mark Runnick, Stacey Martin here at Pittsfield High School. What?
I said and Joe Diffie.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the background.
Yeah. Well, you should have used red because it's Pittsfield, right? You know?
Yeah, and I hear you.
They've got softball going on up the hill.
I believe the game between Pittsfield Lady Saukees and the Q&D Lady Raiders is dual.
You got good eyes.
Well, I used my resources, and I was alerted of what the situation was up atop.
So it'll be Ferguson to lead things off. Caden's the second baseman. Where's number 2? Brass pitched out of a bases-loaded jam in the bottom of the first to keep this 0-0 as that one's fouled off the screen on the first pitch to Ferguson. Brass has his sign again, full windup, and he hit him. Second hit by pitch by the lefty.
Well, he did it the first time and got away with it and kind of got out of the jam. We'll see if he has got the same luck this time.
Pittsfield has had 4 base runners, but they're yet to have a hit in the ball game. They put the ball in play, but so far, Nick Boone at third base is taking care of everything.
Actually, they've only hit it to one person so far, so let's try something different this half inning.
There's a strike called on the first pitch to Carter Frazier. Harris on deck. Isaiah has his sign, looks at that runner at first. And he has him picked off, and
that's a balk.
Balked, yeah.
Yep. And he knew exactly what he did. He started shaking his head and says, yeah, that's on me. But it's easy to do. When you get a runner taken off like that, right in your, mid-windup, it's easy to kind of hurry yourself up a little bit and do something wrong, and that was an awarded base for Caden Ferguson.
That one in the dirt. Evens accounted 1-1.
And he did it again.
And
2 balks.
I can tell you, yeah, he went to third on the second balk. So it was a no pitch, or no, 1-1.
Yep, 1-1.
This one hit to center field. It's going to be deep enough to get the runner home. Tagging at third. The catch is made by Sparks to the plate, and it's 1-0 Pittsfield. Sacrifice fly for Frazier.
Well, that's the perks of having someone on the bases that are that really is fast and has the wheels and can kind of make the pitcher kind of hesitant a little bit as he got hit, got the 2 balks, sacrifice fly. Still no hit for the Saukees, and they lead 1-0.
Yeah.
There's more ways than one to skin a cat, obviously.
That one inside on the first pitch to the number 9 man, Bobby Harris. Base is empty now with 1 out and a 1-0 Saukee lead.
See if Harris can help his own cause here as he is pitching for the Saukees today.
This one fouled to the first baseman. Barker kicks it all the way to the side fence. Just would not get in his glove.
turn their shoulder and take that for the team.
2-1.
Especially on a breaking ball like that. Even though it's chilly, only going to sting for a little bit.
Well, he is the pitcher. You don't want to risk that. 3-1 as that one falls low and away. Brass from the full wind delivers the 3-1. That one's up over the head of the number 9 man Harris for a walk. So Pittsfield, another base runner, and they'll bring out a courtesy runner. And that's number 12, Ryan Embry.
That's going to bring his, right? No, never mind. Sorry, I was reading it wrong. I'll keep my mouth quiet.
Embry, the runner, and the batter is Sachs. Batting for the second time. This one is crushed to right center, and it is off the wall. Two-hopper off the wall. They're going to try and score that runner from first. The relay, no relay to the plate, and it's 2-0. First hit of the day for Pittsfield is an RBI double by Sachs, who ups his average over 485.
Yeah, Sachs is definitely a very good baseball player. I've only been able to have a conversation with him whenever he was on the golf team, but he's always had the passion for baseball, and he has proven it this season so far.
So he likes to swing a stick, a club. That one is just tomahawked foul past the batting cage on the first pitch to Foster. He jumped all over that fastball. 0-1.
Yeah, he was definitely sitting back waiting for that one.
0-1. This one is hit to left, and that one is going to go all the way to the wall and be caught by Deeger for the second out. Staying at second was Sachs. He kind of went a quarter of the way and then retreated as he saw the ball was going to be caught.
Yeah, Pittsfield's really starting to time up the pitcher now.
This one is hit to right center and will drop for a hit. Around third is Sachs. The throw up the first base line, head first slide, and it's 3-0 Saukees on an RBI hit by Hull. So Tim Hull extends the lead with a single. $3-0 Saukees. They'd love to bust it open here. The cleanup hitter, Hayden Gratton.
Well, they've done most of this with 2 outs.
Yes, they have. Short lead for Hull at first base. This one chopped foul to the third base coaching box. Nice play by Zach Ferguson. Coach has still got it. 0-1 the count.
That's every coach's same thought as well. I still got it.
0-1 from Brass in the dirt. Evens the count at a ball and a strike. Gratton fouled out to the third baseman his first time up. That was the second out in the bottom of the first inning. Batting again here in the bottom of the second inning. Now a 3-0 lead for Pittsfield. Up high, 2-1. Reinhardt on deck. This one is crushed past the third baseman and into left field. Runners will stop at first and second. Back-to-back singles, and now all of a sudden 3 hits for the Saukees. That'll bring in the big man, Clayton Reinhardt, who walked to load the bases last inning.
Yeah, it's like the wind's starting to pick up a little bit, or just kind of a quick breeze going through.
Yeah,
The wind has shifted, though.
Yeah. This one hit up the middle, and Was it caught, or did he step on the bag at second base?
He stepped on the bag. It was
everyone got in my way.
Yeah, it hit off the mound right to the shortstop. He touched on the bag, and now it's a 3 outs, and it's going to be 3-0 Saukees headed to the third.
Here from Pittsfield on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by McMailer & Sons Backhoe and Excavating, Central State Bank of Illinois, and Lynn's Heritage House.
It's a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. Call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
Hi, I'm Tara Grody with People's Savings Bank in Bowling Green, Missouri. As a true community bank, we're here for you today, tomorrow, and for years to come. Looking for a new bank? We make switching easy. Keep your banking local and bank where you matter. Visit us online at ourpsb.com. People's Savings Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Eagles Bluff Golf Course, People's Bank and Trust, Pike County Health Department, and Missouri State Representative Chad Perkins.
3-0 Pittsfield after 2. Back to the mound is Bobby Harris. He'll face the 9-1 and 2 hitters. Started off with Nick Boone. Boone, a big guy in that 9 spot, takes the ball low, and we're underway in the third.
Yeah, I think he might be the biggest kid on the team. At least the starters, anyway.
That one is crushed foul. Pass third off the sidewall, 1-1. Boone wears 34. Bats from the right-hand side. Stretches that back, now gets into his stance and waits. Long look from Harris, now he delivers. And that little bend at the end drops out of the zone. 2 balls and a strike. 2-1, working quickly. 2-2 on a swing and a miss.
I was just getting ready to say that Harris is starting to work a little faster.
Yeah, he quick pitched him on that one. Now has him 2-2. Another one inside at Road, and a 3/4 swing from Boone comes up empty for the first out. He's had a strikeout in each inning. We go back to the top of the order for Lane Barker. The lefty walked on 4 pitches to lead off the game. Crowds that plate and takes a ball.
Ooh.
Looked like a pretty good pitch. The 1-0. High and away, 2-0. You don't get the first call, then that's what happens with the second one.
Yeah.
Overcook it. 2-0. There's a strike. Took something off, got it over. 2-1 the count to Barker. This one inside out, it out of play. Over the shed on the third base side.
Just like that's a 2-2 count.
Digs his New Balance back into that lefty box. The 2-2 pitch. Chopped. Foul to the first baseman. He was just looking to spoil that pitch.
You know, Barker's got an odd stance up in there. You can kind of see he has his hands like straight out, not really up behind his head, the traditional way.
Big home plate umpire, I can't see nothing. Another 2-2. Fouled off. Last second swing there by Barker, and he puts it out of play. That one ever land?
Yep, almost to the porta potty.
Another 2-2. Drops into the dirt. Count goes full.
Yeah, this umpire is probably 6'2", 6'3". Definitely a good-sized umpire.
This one chopped back to the pitcher. Fielding it is Harris. Throw over to Hall. 1-3 on the putout, and the leadoff man in the order is the second out. That'll bring in Hunter Miller, the catcher. He's singled. I believe it was his courtesy runner got picked off of first. That one in the dirt for ball 1. Again, low and away to the righty, 2-0.
And just to clarify, it was the catcher that picked him off, not even the pitcher.
Yeah. Odd bounce right off the pole.
See that? Didn't even flinch. See all those people that get the foul balls on the TV and whatnot, they always flinch. And
3-0 the count. There's a strike with the fastball. Belt high fastball on the outside half. 3-1 and then misses low. And it's a 2-out walk, the dreaded 2-out walk. Each inning, as they'll bring out that courtesy runner again, Lucas Davenport.
We'll see if he's a little more alert this time on the bases. I'm sure he had a nice little talking to after the first inning.
I thought he beat the throw in, but you still don't want to make it that close as a courtesy runner, as that one misses on the first pitch to Howell. Fouled off, 1-1. Over the first base dugout. Three 0 Saukees here in the top of the third inning. Good pitch. 1-2 is the count. Howell, the designated hitter, hitting over 300. 304. Pops this one out of play. Still 1-2. And we need some balls delivered to the home plate umpire. Oh.
No one's catching the ball. Umpire dropped it. Pitcher dropped it.
A 1-2 pitch. Runner at first, who's leaning toward first. That one just misses low and away. 2-2. Bobby Harris trying to pitch around the 2-out walk. Preserve this 3-0 lead. This one grounded to the third baseman. Ooh, big wicked hop. Peterboss stays with it. Throw across in time. Great play by Draven there as that ball tried to take his head off. And
off that lip we talked about.
Yeah, he swung that glove up there, got it, and made a strong throw across to retire the side. Still 3-0 after 2.5. Back with the bottom of the third after this on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, State Farm agents Rod Prentice and Brenda Crawford, and Bolin Chevrolet.
Gambino's Eatery in Louisiana is open Wednesday through Sunday. Start your day with our select breakfast options, muffins, breakfast burrito, frittata, available from 11 a.m. Enjoy lunch options until 4 p.m. and Gambino's dinner menu from 4 p.m. to close. Gambino's on 3rd and Georgia in Louisiana.
If it's not on the menu, we don't talk about it.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by A Taste of Philly, State Farm Insurance Agent Cindy Blaylock, Central State Bank of Illinois, and Eolia Landscape Supply.
New pitcher for the Indians. That's Mason Hayden as he moves in from right field. And who's out there in right field now? That's not Brass, who is pitching only. Yeah, we'll try and catch his number when he turns around.
And we're going to get our wish. It's going to be 21.
Yep, that's
Rollin
Zenel. RAULINZEHNLE.
That kid probably had a rough childhood growing up trying to spell both those names.
Yeah, first couple of years of school probably were tough on him. But he's into the ball game. And Hayden showing off a couple of curveballs here warming up as he'll face the 6, 7, and 8 hitters. Peterball made that good play, so he gets to lead off the next half inning. That's the way baseball works, right?
Mm-hmm.
Throw goes down, and Draven will make his way to the plate. And he's big.
Definitely a big boy.
And he's one of the few that.
I mean, I don't want to be judgmental here, but I'm guessing he's probably 6'2", 230, 225 at least.
Yeah. And the first pitch to him is up and in. Pretty sweet mustache too.
I was just getting ready to say that.
He almost lost
it's definitely thick.
He almost lost it last half inning. Outside, 2-0. The next from Hayden. Popped up. This is going to stay in the field of play. First baseman ranging over and will run out of room. 2 balls and a strike as he had the green light to swing. 2-0. Hayden puts one in the dirt. 3 balls and a strike. To the leadoff man for Pittsfield here in the home half of the third. Hayden has his sign on the corner. Loads the count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. It's big number 23 for the Pittsfield Saukees. The 3-2 pitch. Grounded to the third baseman. Off the glove of Boone. And it'll be an E5 to put the leadoff man on. First error we've had in the ball game. And that brings in Caden Ferguson. Ferguson was hit by a pitch, moved to second and a third on balks by the starting pitcher Brass, and then scored on the sacrifice fly by Frazier as he fouls that one back to the screen. 0-1. So that's a interesting way to make it around the base pass. Hit by pitch, balk, sack as that ball gets away, and Peterball goes down to second on the wild pitch. 1-1. As Hayden comes set again, the righty looks back at that runner at second, now delivers a pitch just off the outside corner, 2-1.
Scoring update, Q&D Lady Raiders are leading Pittsfield 2-0, middle of the third, after Caitlin Brunty hit a 2-run homer.
That's right up the hill. This one is hit deep to left, going back, and that is a foul ball at the distance. And someone's Chevy van down there almost needed a new windshield.
Well, and just like that, Pittsfield is now leading 4-2.
Things moving fast and furious between the Lady Saukees and the Lady Raiders on the softball diamond. That one up high. And the count full now, 3-2. Hayden's 3-2 pitch. Up and in, and he walked him. So now runners at first and second. Nobody out for Frazier, who already has an RBI on that fly out to center. He knew his job last inning and went up there swinging, got the run across. There's a low strike called. When it's right down central, he's given the low strike. Doesn't give it on the corners. bunted to the pitcher. Hayden almost
ran it out, almost beat it.
Yeah. The pitcher, Hayden, caught it on the outside of his glove, kind of trapped it, and ended up underhanding it very slowly and almost beating it out was Frazier. He gets his second sacrifice of the ball game, moving the runners to second and third with just one out. Up and in on the first pitch to Harris. He walked and scored his only time up today. That was the last half inning. This one chopped and takes an odd hop away from Coach Ferguson. He tracks it down. Gives it to his on-deck hitter, who's got a little collection going there.
Mm-hmm. Look what I found.
0-1. Excuse me, 1-1. And that one fouled out of play, 1-2. Harris. Where's that shin guard on the front leg? It only takes one foul ball off that area to buy that shin guard.
And it pays for itself.
Got him looking on the inside corner. That's the second out. First strikeout for Mason Hayden. And that'll bring us back to the top of the order for Luke Sachs. Sachs has walked and doubled as an RBI. That hit him.
Oh, there we go.
Bases loaded. Third hit by pitch. First.
Guess I didn't realize he was a switch hitter.
By Hayden. So now the base is loaded with 2 down. And Lane Foster can bust this game open. He's been hit by a pitch and lined out to left. Third at bat. Starts with a chopper to third base, foul. Picked up by Boone. And an 0-1 count. Hayden trying to pitch out of a jam in his first inning of work. He started the inning, so all the runners are his. This one is bolted foul by about 5 feet down the first base line.
See, I was going to score 2 easy, and it just missed the foul line, so.
0-2. So now Hayden a strike away against Lane Foster. The center fielder has his bat back, no batting gloves. Does have that arm wrap on the front arm. That sleeve. 0-2. This one in on the hands. First baseman charging, won't make the catch. Another foul ball. Still 0-2. Talked about him not wearing batting gloves, and that one was right in on the hands.
Right in on the hands. He felt that one sting a little bit. But, as you mentioned, he's embracing the weather.
Digs in again. Still no balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs, and the base is loaded. Hayden takes a breath. And his pitch, almost hit the dirt, called strike 3. I saw dirt fly. The bases stranded, loaded for Pittsfield. They still lead Payson Seymour 3-0 after 3 full here on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, Ackles Farm Market, Noah Builders, and Mike Ingram Plumbing Sales and Service.
At Hannibal Regional Medical Group in Bowling Green, we're not only helping kids grow stronger, we're helping grow a stronger community for the future. Pediatrician Dr. Barbara White provides the specialized care your child needs from birth through college. To schedule an appointment, call 573-324-2241. Hannibal Regional Medical Group in Bowling Green.
Eagles Bluff Golf Course in Clarksville is a locally owned public course, available for play 7 days a week.
For more information, call, visit, or go online to eaglesbluffgolf.com.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Noah Builders, Pike County Mutual Insurance Agents Corey Buchanan and Shelley Clucky, Eagles Nest End, and People's Savings Bank.
And we're going to start off the top half of the fourth inning here as Payson's going to take the approach to getting some runs on the board for the first time as they're trailing 3-0. It's going to be
4, 5, and 6. Yeah,
it's going to be Blake Schwartz, shortstop, leading off. And I will refer to Mark numerous times to kind of give an update what they did to first or second plate appearances.
Yeah, he grounded out to the shortstop his first time up.
And first pitch is down and in. It's going to be a ball 1. And Pittsfield still has the same pitch. Still have Bobby Harris out there throwing. As I mentioned earlier, it's still 3-0 in favor of Pittsfield. Next pitch, same spot, ball 2.
Yeah, both those pitches just sort of ran in toward the right-handed batter.
And that one is a go.
Yeah, he brought it in just a little bit, started a little bit more out over the plate, and caught the corner.
Got a little bit of a two-seamer going today. And that one's down and in, but Schwartz was swinging. That makes it 2-2 count. No outs, as Schwartz is the first batter of here in the top of the fourth. And Harris is ready to go again. Ball's put in play, but it drips foul. And everyone's going to go back and do it again.
I don't think that ever hit foul. Long throw across the Arenado throw.
And Harris off the windup, comes home. Ball outside, change up down in the dirt. That's going to bring a full count. And he delivers. Hit up the middle, right to Gratton. Gratton throws and gets him out at first. And that's going to be our first out of.
Second time he's gone 6-3 on the put out of Schwartz and brings in Sparks, the number 5 man in the order. He doubled and was stranded at second. Never made it past second base his first time up. In the dirt for ball 1.
And kind of get a pitcher, kind of gets overthrown a little bit. Gratton will pick it up and throw it back to Harris. Counts 1-0, 1 out, 3-0 in favor of the home team Saukees. Harris comes home and can't catch it, and it's going to be another ball, 2-0.
If he catches that, that's on the corner for strike 2.
I was just thinking that. Like, if you catch that, it's probably going to get that call. And the next one is right down central, and it's going to be 2-1. It's funny, we're thinking the same thing on at the same time.
Yeah, it was right on the corner.
And Harris once more. The ball is getting close to the fence and just off the netting. Can't come back into play. So that's going to be a foul ball.
Fishnet there goes over the fence and onto the field side. I think if he was able to push that out on the other side, just a interesting thing about at Pittsfield in the inning, his second double in the ball game.
This is also as Hollister, Abercrombie Fitch, Doc Martens, the old outfit. And that ball's in the dirt. He kind of throws back at the runner. The old outfit. And that ball's in the dirt. He kind of throws back at the runner, and he's going to be back there plenty of time. And that's going to be a 1-0 count.
Good idea, keeping him honest out there. 1-0 the count.
Harris comes home and give him the strike on that one. That's all right. Gets the sign, comes home, and that's all right. It's going to be a ball, 2-1 is our count, 1 out.
Hayden was a strikeout victim, his only at-bat. That was swinging on 4 pitches back in the second inning. They got the runner in a rundown.
They got him at first.
So fielder's choice, 6-5 on the put-out. At second.
It is going to be Dalton Phillips, the second baseman, here in the batter's box.
He's not your prototypical second baseman.
He's a little
big guy.
He's got some size to him. The ball's thrown on the outside for a ball. 1-0 is the count.
He flew out to the right fielder. His only at bat. Fielder. His only at bat.
Next pitch right down central. Peterball gets a short hop, throws it across the infield, and Hall just puts the tag on, and that's going to be the top half. Gratton and Reinhardt for the Saukees.
That was a good play by Tim Hall.
Oh, Tim Hall, okay. So Hall gets in the batter's box going against Hayden. As I mentioned before, Pittsfield is leading 3-0. Hayden delivers home and almost hits him, but Hall gets out of the way. That's going to be
He kind of skidded away from that inside pitch.
Next pitch, he takes it the other way to the second baseman, hits off his hand. He has time, he throws it, and he is out. And that's going to go down for a 4-3 ground out.
Yeah, he tried for, kept it in front of him. Couldn't make the spectacular play. He's talking to his first baseman now. It hit me up here.
And the first pitch for Grounder comes away with it, and that is Nolan Sparks.
Yeah, Sparks gave it a good run all the way into the gap, and the center fielder makes the grab for the second out.
And I know everyone does it differently, but if I was keeping a scorebook, I should say I would put F-8.
I always did an 8 with a circle around it. That one fouled out.
Reinhardt's first pitch, he saw this at bat. He does foul it off, just like Mark said. Counts 0-1. 2 outs, 3-0 in favor of the Saukees, going against Payson Indians. Favor of the Saukees going against Payson Indians here on this nice Monday. Next pitch, he drives it the other way to left field, and that ball is hooking, slicing off the glove of Brody Deeker, and Reinhardt's going to have a stand-up double.
I'm going double all the way in the scorebook on that one. That just
well, doesn't help with the wind's blowing from west to east. So a lot of factors in that one. I would agree. I would not give that on the factors in that one. I would agree. I would not give that on the fielder. That was just a true hit.
Yeah, that had so much tail on it.
And now we have Peterball in, and his first pitch is a ball up and in.
If he could do that on.
And now we have Peterball in, and his first pitch is a ball up and in.
If he could do that on a dog leg left, whoo! You'd par that hole for sure.
As long as you don't three-putt.
Yeah.
Peterball puts the ball in the play over to the shortstop, Swartz. Swartz throws it across. The first baseman picks it. And Barker with the pick, and that's going to be a 6-3 ground out, and that's going to be the fourth inning. 3-0 in favor of the Saukees. You're listening to KJFM Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by McMailer & Sons Backhoe and Excavating, Central State Bank of Illinois, and Lynn's Heritage House.
Everyone needs help with something at some point in their life. This is Tracy B. with PCHD, and I am here to remind you that we have certified community health workers staffed at our office that offer assistance for free to those who need help navigating local resources and more. Please don't hesitate to call 573-324-2111 to learn more, or visit our website at pikecountyhealth.org.
From the classic cheesesteak and rich crab cakes, a taste of Philly in Bowling Green is a fan favorite. A meal ready for you before or after the game, and game day jerseys are welcome. Open 7 days a week. A taste of Philly. Business Highway 54 West in Bowling Green.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Ackles Farm Market, and Community State Bank of Missouri.
And 3-0 is our score. Top of 5, it is going to be Deeker, Boone, and Barker for the Indians. And a scoring update, QND Raiders are leading 5-4 after 4 over the Lady Saukees. That's just a skip, hop, and a jump away from where me and Mark are bringing you the Pittsfield Saukees and the Payson Indians game.
And you actually do have to hop unless you take the little bridge, because
there's a little creek ditch thing. And Harris's first pitch is fouled off down the left field line.
And Brenton Hannell, the coach for the Indians, tried for the kick save. came up empty.
So as we wait to get the ball back into play, Pittsfield throws it over to the dugout to keep this game moving. Harris gets the sign. It's going to be a little bit of a quick pitch here as he's ready to go, and he's already bringing it home. And the curveball did not curve. It just spun, almost hit Deeker.
Yeah,
and
he
it's
didn't like
gonna
that
be 1-1 count. No, he did not. He wanted no part of that at all. 1-1 count. Deeker in bat. Boone in the hole. Sorry, Boone on deck. Barker's in the hole. That ball is down in the dirt, 2-1. And he's coming back already. That ball's inside, 3-1.
He's got to take a breath here.
Yeah, he just needs to relax, take his time.
Reset.
Worry about the mechanics. You got to finish that hand all the way on the other side. Put it.
Looked like a pretty good pitch.
And Harris gets the sign, comes home with that one. The ball's in the dirt. Peterball picks it up, throws it across, and gets him out for a 5-3 ground out. And just like that, Harris walks to first guy, gets the next two immediately after.
What a play by Draven Peterball coming across there, because Gratton was going away from first base into the 5-6 hole. That would have been an extremely hard play for him. And Peterball came across and just gunned it over to first for the second out.
That's the second great play that Peterball has made so far. Barker in the box. First pitch was up and in. 1-0 is our count. Harris comes back. He gets the ball in the dirt, but Barker swings at it. And it's going to be a 1-1 count now. 3-0 in favor of the Saukees on this Monday late afternoon in Pittsfield. And next ball is in the play. Ferguson at second base. Sliding grab. Throws it to first and gets him out. Nice play by Ferguson. That's going to be the top half of the fifth. 3-0 in favor of the Pittsfield Saukees. You're listening to KJFM, Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the week covered. State Farm agents Rod Prentice and
right field. He slid, legs out in front of him, and popped up, made a picture-perfect throw over to first base. Couple of really good defensive plays that half inning.
Well, that's just a good, boost of confidence for the pitcher. No, if I just make a good pitch, the defense behind me is going to make a good play. I just got to kind of do my part, and they will do theirs.
Ferguson has had an interesting day at the plate as well. Hit by pitch, balk. He's at third, comes over on a sacrifice. I wasn't doing a chicken there, by the way. And then he walked and was stranded at second in his second at bat. So no official plate appearance today.
And maybe that will change here. Hayden sets in. He's off the windup. Gets the sign. He brings it home, and it's going to be put into play. And right through the shortstop, and it's going to be a base hit for Ferguson as Swartz did try to dive to knock that ball down. He was unable to do that, so it finds the outfield for a leadoff single, and that's going to bring in Carter Frazier, the left fielder for the Saukees.
A pair of sacrifices, a sac fly to center for an RBI, a sac bunt to move the runners to second and third.
And Hayden tries to throw over to first, but Ferguson's back in plenty of time. And now Hayden's still looking over at him. Ferguson's not worried about it, and the ball is trying to bunt, but he drops the ball, and it's going to be a steal for Ferguson. So he's just really padding this stat line, trying to do everything. Only thing he's missing now, I feel like, is a double, triple, and a homer, and he's almost touched all of them.
Well, that would be a cycle plus, a hit by pitch and a walk. That would be the ultra cycle, not the gentle cycle.
And Hayden tries to pick him off at second, but Ferguson is back in time as he's shown earlier in the game that he is extremely fast. And we have a time call.
Yeah, I think he has to get some dirt out of the uni there at second base.
And we're back in action. Hayden gets the sign. He comes home with it. And it's going to be a foul tip by Frazier. And it's going to be an 0-2 count.
Yeah, I think he was fooled, pulled the trigger late. Now behind in the count.
So Frazier gets back in the box. 3-0 in favor of the Saukees. Ferguson on second. No outs. Ball comes home. Spinning curveball up in the zone. Didn't really get a chance to break. And that's going to be the first ball. 1-2 is our count. And Hayden comes back. Curveball there, ball up in the air. Second baseman Ferguson coming back to second, and it is going to be brought in by Dalton Phillips with just a routine pop fly. And that's going to bring up Harris, the pitcher.
Number 9 man in the Pittsfield Saukees order. Runner in scoring position with 1 out. Here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Uh-oh.
We got something going on here. The umpire keeps talking back there to the shortstop and the runner.
Yeah, no one's complaining about anything. I think it may have been a chant, or not a chant, but, heckling their own guy. I don't think it was anything.
Well, because earlier I saw the umpire talk to Ferguson and talk to Swartz, and then immediately after he went and talked to the Pittsfield dugout. So, and obviously us having headphones on, we can't really hear exactly what's being said. But back to the game, Hayden's first pitch is a ball to Harris.
Well, we didn't need John Boy.
Ferguson takes the steal, hit and run is on, and Swartz gets to play, throws over to first, got him for a 6-4 ground out.
That ball did something weird. I don't know. It seemed like a sharper hit ball. I don't know if it hit the lip of the batter's box and the grass, but it slowed down tremendously and almost immediately, but moves the runner over to third base. 2 outs, though.
And it's going to bring Lou Sachs in, 2 outs. Runner on third, ball misses everybody. As it comes back, bounces right in front of us.
Didn't miss us.
And Ferguson's going to stay at third. Counts 1-0 to Luke Sachs. 2 outs, 3-0 in favor of the Pittsfield Saukees. Bottom of the 5th. Both teams on a 2-game win streak. And next pitch, it's drive down in the center field. Sparks going back, and he makes the catch, and that's going to be the 5th inning. Pittsfield leads 3-0. You're listening to Saukees Baseball on KJFM Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, Ackles Farm Market, Noah Builders, and Mike Ingram Plumbing Sales and Service.
Central State Bank's team takes the time to understand your unique needs and goals. Join thousands of satisfied customers and experience the personal touch and professional service that set them apart. Visit one of the convenient locations in Pleasant Hill, Pittsfield, Kinderhook, Quincy, and Clayton. Central State Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. Noah Builders in Silex is a proud supporter of all area athletes. They're a small, locally owned contractor with over 25 years of experience in custom and new home construction. Noah Builders wants to take your forever home plan and make it a reality. Call or visit Noah Builders at noahbuildersinc.com.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by One Multi-Sports Complex, Gambino's Eatery, and Hannibal Regional Medical Group.
And here we are for top of the 6th. 3-0 in favor of the Saukees. Harris is still pitching for Pittsfield. It's going to be Miller, Howell, and Swartz.
Coach Ferguson and the field umpire had a nice conversation between innings after whatever transpired last half inning with the Saukees dugout. I think everything has been straightened out, and we can get back to focusing on what's happening between the lines.
Yeah, let's hope so. Miller steps into the box. Harris off the windup. Gets the sign. He's in motion. He's coming home, and ball's inside for the first ball. This at bat.
Yeah, when he misses, it tends to tail inside.
And he quick pitches. Ball's fouled off out of play behind home plate. And just like that, it's 1-1. So he's done that a lot today. He's kind of taking his time, then immediately throws 2 quick pitches and kind of keeping them off balance. He comes back again, throws the ball back inside. So
yeah,
Tennessee has missed, like you mentioned.
Miller's been on base twice today, a single and a walk.
And another ball inside, 3-1. Three zeros our score here, top of 6. Harris right over the plate, and that's going to be a full count.
Good pitch on 3-1.
here for Miller. First batter of the inning. Next pitch, it rings him up. He might have been inside, but the umpire says, I'm going to give that one. It's a strikeout. Backwards K.
Yep. If it's close, you better swing, especially on 3 and 2. I think that count kind of favors the pitcher.
And we got Howell in as he is the DH. Curveball up in the zone. No good. Ball one. One out.
Hal struck out looking in the first, grounded to the third baseman in the third, 0 for 2 today.
And that ball is fouled off, makes it a 1-1 count.
We got the ping off the bat, and then they ping off the
fence
post down there.
Harris gets the sign off the windup and blows it right by him. And that's going to be a 1-2 count.
Would you call the dugouts here cozy? They are.
I don't think any dugout in the area is cozy.
No, I'm saying they're a little smaller than we're.
And that
we're
one
used
made
to.
me flinch.
Yeah, there you go.
And that ball was fouled behind the plate.
I took your focus away for a half second.
Well, if I was watching, I wouldn't have flinched. I'm looking at you, and I look back, and all I see is laces coming at me. Harris comes in and throws it inside, and it's going to be a ball, 2-2. 2-2, 1 out. Howell at the plate. Harris the pitcher.
He's the designated hitter.
3-0 for the Pittsfield Saukees against the Payson Seymour Indians. And Harris comes home with it, and chopper up the middle. Grattan with it, throws it over to Hall, and that is the second out of the inning. That's going to be a 6-3 ground out.
Big hop. Grattan made it look easy coming across in front of second base. Flung that ball over to first for out number 2, and the bases are empty for Schwartz.
Yeah, I was going to say that that's going to bring in the shortstop, Blake Schwartz, up to the batter's box. Harris ready to go. He comes home with it. Curveball on the outside. Ball 1.
That one just dropped a little bit low. It looked like the home plate umpire wanted to raise that right hand.
He's going to end. 3-0 is our score in favor of Pittsfield. Listening to KJFM Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Community State Bank of Missouri, Shelter Insurance Uri, Shelter Insurance Agent Ashley Jenkins, and Barnes Roots and Herbs.
Hi, this is Shelley Clucky with Pike County Mutual Insurance Company. We appreciate the value of working hard and making sure you've taken steps to make sure you're prepared for whatever comes your direction. Best wishes to all of our area athletes for another amazing season from myself and Corey Buchanan at Pike County Mutual Insurance Company on the Square in Bowling Green.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Eagles Bluff Golf Course, People's Bank and Trust, Pike County Health Department, and Missouri State Representative Chad Perkins.
And here we are, bottom of the 6th. Pittsfield Saukees here have a 3-0 lead, and it is going to be
2, 3, and 4.
Yeah, Foster, Hall, and Grattan.
Stason, you know what that last half inning was?
The top of the fifth. The top of the 5th.
Yeah, the first 1, 2, 3 inning for either side in this ball game.
Oh, okay.
And the first, I believe, half inning with multiple strikeouts.
And they also give you a technical and say multiple strikeouts and multiple backwards Ks.
Yeah. So only getting stronger is Bobby Harris as this game goes on, and that's bad news for Seymour because they're trailing 3-0 through 5.5 innings.
Well, as we mentioned before, it is going to be Foster, Hall, and Grattan for the Saukees as they lead 3-0, bottom of the 5th. Scoreboard shows 6, but they are incorrect.
Now we're in the bottom of the 6th.
Oh, we are in bottom of the 6th. Okay, so I am incorrect. And that first pitch is laced down the third baseline. Foster getting slow out of the gate and gets him out at first. And first pitch, first out here of the inning.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
He kind of threw that ball off his heels a little bit from third base, made it a lot closer than it should have been, and so close that Foster put out the arms looking for the safe call from the field umpire.
So that's going to bring in Hall here with one out. His first pitch is inside, and Hall backs up out of the way. What I was going to say is I would have sworn it was bottom of the fifth, but
this game moving right along.
It is indeed. And Hayden comes back quickly, and that ball is on the outside.
So missed inside, missed outside, 2-0, as Hull has been on base one time in 3 at-bats, has an RBI and a single.
Hayden throws it up high, but it's called a strike. 2-2 will be the count.
Right there at the belt.
And Hayden comes back, tries to throw a breaking ball. It's inside, and it's going to be a full count.
Broke in instead of out.
Q&D Raiders are leading the Pittsfield Lady Saukees 7-4 at the softball game. And that pitch is inside, so he's going to get a walk.
On base for the second time in this ball game, and that'll bring in Grattan.
And we're going to have a timeout.
Yeah, little conference on the mound here. We'll see if we get a pitching change. They're going to talk it over with Hayden.
And we have a courtesy runner as well, and that's going to be Jacob Hall is going to be in for Tim Hall.
Yeah, that'll go down as a pinch runner, and he'll have to re-enter the game after this half inning because the only ones that get courtesies are catchers and pitchers for some reason.
Yeah.
You would think, you can have a designated hitter hit for the left fielder.
Yeah.
Why can't you have a courtesy runner run for a particular guy?
You do, pitcher and catcher.
Yeah, well, any particular guy. Conference over. And making his way into the box is Grattan.
And Hayden's waiting on him. Tries a pickoff move. He's back plenty of time. Almost threw that ball away.
You should be able to have a flex player and a flex runner.
You're trying to think of fantasy football here. Yeah, and the next pitch is right in the zone for the first strike. Against Grattan, 3-0 is our score. Saukees are leading. Counts 0-1, 1 out. Grattan's up to bat. Next pitch is hit into play. Chance for double play. Got the one at second and throws the ball away. And it's only going to be 1 out. Sorry, it's only going to be 1 out on the play, but there's 2 outs total.
Yeah, 6-4 on the fielder's choice. So erased is Hull, running for Hull, and Grattan is aboard.
And that's going to bring in Clayton Reinhardt, as I mentioned, with 2 outs. Saukees do lead 3-0. If everything goes right, this will be their last opportunity to score some runs, as do have the lead. And he tries to pick him off, and they call him out.
Looked like he was in ahead of the tag as well, but the field umpire says no. Pickoff ends the inning, 3-0. Pittsfield leads Payson Seymour as we go to the 7th on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by McMailer & Sons Backhoe and Excavating, Central State Bank of Illinois, and Lynn's Heritage House.
The Eagles Nest Inn Bed and Breakfast in Louisiana is where history, comfort, and charm come together. Explore quaint streets, visit local attractions, and return to comfort at the end of the day. Call or book online at theeaglesnestinbb.com.
Lynn's Heritage House, your home for affordable and home-like senior living, is perfect for independent seniors or those needing assistance with daily activities. Lynn's has a dedicated staff providing around-the-clock support and comprehensive health monitoring. Residents can relish the same lifestyle they've always enjoyed, but with the peace of mind knowing help is available when needed. If you or someone you know is ready for a retirement home or needs care from a hospital stay or surgery, call Lynn's to set up a tour and visit soon. Lynn's Heritage House, 800 Kelly Lane, Louisiana.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by A Taste of Philly, State Farm Insurance Agent Cindy Blaylock, Central State Bank of Illinois, and Eolia Landscape Supply.
5, 6, and 7 for the Seymour Indians as Pittsfield looks to put them away here in the 7th. Mark Frontick, Stason Martin here at Pittsfield High School. Saukees lead 3-0. And the first pitch is fouled out of play, and we are underway in the top of the 7th inning.
So we're going to have Sparks, Hayden, Phillips for the Indians, and their last chance to tie this game up, at least to have this game continue.
And missed inside. And the visiting dugout kind of getting on their man there. They thought he should have stood in there and took that one. There's a strike. 1-2 to the leadoff man, Nolan Sparks. Center fielder. Plays a good center field. He's moved around well out there. This one chopped to the third baseman. Peterborough has ate everything up over there. Throw is in time by a half step. They get Sparks. 5-3 on the putout, and there's one away here in the top of the 7th inning.
Well, it's a good thing Peterborough's got a cannon over there, because if he threw it slightly softer, that runner would have been safe.
He moves really well over there at the hot corner as well.
He's a phenomenal linebacker for the Pittsfield Saukees football team as well. Just a little tidbit.
Up and in on the first pitch to Hayden, who's pitched well in relief.
He's done his job. Came in, hasn't given up any runs. He came in with a 3-0, so you can't ask more for a reliever. His up ball is on.
Yeah, riding in and called a strike.
Yeah. Goes against everything we've seen so far today.
1-1 the count. With one out and the base is empty, there's strike 2. Called ball 2.
Called ball.
Right down the middle for ball 2. That was a good pitch. Fouled back.
Well,
2-2.
That just evens everything out, because the one shouldn't have been one, and that one should have been one. So we're back where we started. 2-2 count, 1 out. Hayden up to bat. Scores 3-0 in favor of Pittsfield Saukees.
The 2-2 pitch.
Ooh,
misses.
That was close.
Count full.
That
was called a strike a little earlier.
Yeah, Hayden gave up on that pitch, and that ball is coming back.
So the count full now. Base is empty, 1 out. The 3-2 fouled out of play. Extends his bat for another. He is struck out and grounded into a fielder's choice. 0 for 2. Make it 0 for 3. Called third strike, and that's the second out here in the top of the 2nd. And Payson Seymour down to their final out.
And it's going to fall on Phillips. Ferguson going.
I think they're going to.
If they do a pitching change, probably because his pitching count might be a little
up.
Yep.
They're going to call in a new pitcher here with 2 outs and no one on in the top of the 7th inning. We'll take a break, pitching change, and see if we can get a 1-out save after this on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, State Farm agents Rod Prentice and Brenda Crawford, and Bolin Chevrolet.
Cellular Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Now, a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer.
Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats is your first stop when stocking your freezer. Brown's has frozen chicken, steaks, brats, and burgers ready to go. For wholesale and custom butchering, Brown's is your first call. It's where quality meets service. Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats. For your meat processing, smokehouse meats, and homemade sausage. Just off Highway 61 in Silex.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Noah Builders, Pike County Mutual Insurance agents Corey Buchanan and Shelley Clucky, Eagles Nest End, and People's Savings Bank.
So Carter Frazier into pinch. He switches spots with Harris. Harris goes out to left field. In line to be the winner. He can only be the winner. As no one is on. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. And it'll be Phillips,
the second baseman,
with 2 outs.
You know, Frazier's kind of a little guy, but he was throwing some gas
a
little bit there in the warm-up pitches.
Yeah, vapor trails for sure coming off those pitches. And looks in. And his first pitch of the afternoon is hit a mile high. Is it going to stay in play?
It's going to be close. It's going to be close, just out of play.
Yeah. Peterborough tried to extend the field a little bit, went out the gate there.
Hey, A for effort, right?
Yeah.
If you're going to go out of the fence, that's fine, as long as you don't get – if they don't call it, keep playing it, right?
Yeah. He went right on through. 0-1 the count to Phillips. He's the final hope for the Indians here at Pittsfield, and that one in the dirt. Ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike. So Harris goes 6 2/3 shutout baseball. That one misses 2-1.
QND Raiders leading 10-4 after 6 over the Lady Saukees. So Pittsfield's going to have to score some runs if they want to win that one.
There's strike 2, and Seymour down to their final strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases empty. Phillips digs back in. Frazier has his sign, and the 2-2 is hit out to left.
Oh, I confused Harris a little bit. That ball's going to be down.
It's going to end up being a double. You know, you look at the game from a certain angle the whole day, and he just couldn't track that ball out there in left field, and it's a 2-out double and extends this game.
Brody Deeker is in the batter's box this time.
Deeker, the number 8 man and left fielder, has grounded out and walked today. 0 for 1. Frazier has his sign. And a nice block at home plate by Sachs, 1-0. Runner at second, 2 down. You don't want to bring the potential tying run to the plate. That one off the outside corner for strike 1.
That
was
looks like
4
it almost
inches.
got the white line of the left batter's mark.
Yeah. That one's a good pitch on the black of the plate, and again down to their last strike are the Seymour Indians. Frazier in relief of Harris. The 1-2 pitch. Runner at second, 2 outs. Swing and a miss, and that's the ball game. A strikeout of Deeker ends the night. 3-0 our final. Pittsfield over Payson Seymour. Back with the postgame after this on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, Ackles Farm Market, Noah Builders, and Mike Ingram Plumbing Sales and Service.
The Eagle 102 Sports postgame show is coming up on KJFM Radio.
At Pike County Memorial Hospital, we know how important athletics are for your kids. As a certified athletic trainer at PCMH, I work closely with our primary care physicians, working with Bowling Green, Clopton, and Louisiana schools. I'm Eric Schaefer, certified athletic trainer at Pike County Memorial Hospital. I'm at work while your athletes are at play.
Greatness doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, focus, and dedication. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that because we put in the hard work and dedication for decades. And that commitment is paid off with award-winning customer service for your auto, home, and life insurance.
Ask me, Ashley Jenkins, about Shelter's auto, home, and life options.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Cellular and Satellite, Pike County Memorial Hospital, and Shelter Insurance agent Ashley Jenkins.
Time now for the Eagle 102 Sports postgame show on KJFM Radio.
Final in this one, the Pittsfield Saukees improved to 11-2 with a 3-0 win over the Seymour Indians. Payson Seymour falls to 4-6 on the season. Stacey Martin, Mark Frunick back here in the broadcast booth, and just a great pitcher's duel, actually a defensive duel between these two teams. The Saukees made some great plays around the infield, only out-hit Payson 5-4 in the ball game, and it was just good base running and timely hits for the Saukees to get this 3-0 victory.
Yeah, really. I know it's 3-0, but it really, like you said, it really wasn't a hitter's day. It was a pitcher's duel, not really a lot happening. It all happened early in the game, and then it just kind of
all the scoring in one inning.
It just kind of tapered off and it became defensive showstop, like you mentioned.
All the scoring came in the home half of the second for the Pittsfield Saukees. And let's go through that inning. It was Ferguson that led it off with a hit by pitch. He got balked to second on a pickoff attempt, and then frustrated a little bit, I think, on that one was Brass, and balked again, sent him over to third. Sacrifice fly by Frazier, and that's the game-winning RBI. Hit it out to right field and brings home Ferguson. Harris fouled that up with a walk, double, RBI double by Sachs, and then another RBI hit by Hull to score the 3 runs, and that was it. All in the bottom of the second inning, all for Pittsfield as they win this ball game and pick up their 11th victory of the season. We'll take a break here in the post-game show, give you the pitching stats, and wrap things up after this on Eagle 102 Sports.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Community State Bank of Missouri, Shelter Insurance Agent Ashley Jenkins, and Barnes Roots and Herbs.
Mike Ingram Plumbing Sales and Service specializes in all things plumbing, from repairs and professional installations to detailed camera inspections and new home construction. Their expert team has you covered. Experience quality plumbing done right. Call Mike Ingram Plumbing Sales and Service today at 573-719-9474.
Ackles Farm Market has locally produced beef, pork, and honey. Stop in for your farm fresh cut ribeye, New York strip, ribs, ground beef, snack sticks, and all beef hot dogs. Open every day, 9 to 7. Ackles Farm Market, just off Highway 54 between Louisiana and Pittsfield.
Eagle 102 sports coverage brought to you all season long by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Ackles Farm Market, and Community State Bank of Missouri.
3-0 Pittsfield over Payson Seymour here on a Monday afternoon. Any updates from up the hill in the
10-4 going into the bottom of the 7th. So Saukees have 3 outs to play with to get at least 6 runs, or they're going to get their second loss of the year. They're going in 9-1-1.
So the Lady Saukees on the softball diamond just up the way needs some late heroics to beat QND here this afternoon. But this one, good pitching matchup. Brass wasn't bad to start the game. He allowed 3 runs, 2 of those earned, kind of got himself out of sorts mentally after the 2 balks and allow a 3-run second inning, and that was all she wrote. Coming in, Hayden was outstanding for the Indians, and the 2 pitchers. Harris goes 6 2/3, and he struck out only 3 in the ball game, but he was effective, and he let his defense work behind him. And there was only 1 error committed in this ball game, and that was by Seymour. So. A clean game, a fun game to call, and I hope you enjoyed it. A 3-0 Pittsfield Saukee victory over Payson Seymour.
Yeah, like I said, it was a really great game, and I had a really good time doing it. It's always good to have a nice little afternoon watching good baseball.
Absolutely, and we'll have more baseball for you tomorrow here on Eagle 102 Sports, as we're slated to be back at the turf at Clopton as they play, well, it was supposed to be their opponent for the home opener, got canceled or rescheduled a couple times, so they'll take on Silex tomorrow. It's a 4:45 pregame and a 5 o'clock first pitch tomorrow on Eagle 102 Sports, and we hope you join us for that one. For Stace and Mark and everyone at Eagle 102, we'll see you tomorrow for more baseball on Eagle 102 Sports.
You've been listening to Area High School Sports on Eagle 102. Join us each week as we bring you the best of area high school sports on air at 102.1, online at kjfmradio.com, and on the KJFM radio app. You can find a full recap of scores online and daily during Eagle 102 Sports, all from your area sports leader, KJFM Radio.
Serving the Twin Pike region on air and online at 102.1 FM, KJFMradio.com, the KJFM radio app, and Alexa. We're KJFM Louisiana, Eagle 102, with studios in Bowling Green, Louisiana.